Hey everyone, this is the FiM guy. As you can tell, I'm not filming in the living room. I've got business to do this weekend, so I'm gonna make this vlog really quick, and I'll probably bring you guys a title card on this video by tomorrow. But anyways, this week we have a Rarity episode for all you Rarity fans out there. What we're taking a look at, Rarity Takes Manhattan. In this episode, Rarity is going to, of course, Manhattan for a fashion show called Fashion Week. Pretty strange, isn't it? But in this consideration, Rarity meets an old friend during the fashion show, and it turns out that basically her friend duplicates her line of fashion work and calls it her own. And basically, Rarity calls it copying. For me, I call it theft and plagiarism. With that said, Rarity decides to basically make more fashion clothes, just basically out of all this, clothes and out of stuff in the hotel room that she was spending time in. And of course she had, her friends, her friends working on these, the stuff. And of course she's just basically trying to rush out the door, try to get there early and on time, but unfortunately, she forgot to thank her friends, and she, at the near end of the show, while she's going up to talk about her line, she realizes about her friends and basically tries to rush in the hotel room and, apologize to them. And of course, with that said, Rarity steps out of the fashion show, and we don't know what happens from that point on until after the break. What happens, Rarity goes to the hotel and probably thinks that her friends have gone back to Ponyville just because of the way they feel. And the next thing you know, Rarity just rushes down back to the fashion show, and of course that snob of a person of Rarity's old friend, who was in the knitting club, I forgot to mention that, was, unfortunately, yeah, she was, well, basically telling a lie to her friends and Rarity herself. And of course, there's like this, her assistant, which I'll tell you about later on, which comes down into the theater, which they're going to see a performance of the musical. And the next thing you know, the assistant to her comes in and tells them basically that Rarity won first place. And of course, what happens from that point on is Rarity learns the lesson of actually being sort of nicer. It ain't like this every pony for herself world. I mean, that's for a fashion show and stuff like that. And of course, as a gift from the assistant in Manhattan, the assistant obviously has a new job, because basically you quit her old job with that know-it-all duplicator pony that I wish to forget, much like Silver Spoon and Diamond Tiara, except I can't forget those two. So, with that said, Rarity takes and of course Rarity at the end is given the gift of a rainbow thread, with every single thread basically literally replicating replicating her friend's coat colors, including the main six. Now that is pretty insane. What she's given is like this rainbow thread she saw during the before it hit like the third commercial break during the premiere of the episode. And the episode just basically ends. For all you Rarity fans out there, this is one of the finest episodes of Rarity for you. The title basically is a reference to The Muppets Take Manhattan, which I need to remind myself I need to take a look at that movie sometime. And with the considerations of this idea, I'm running out of breath here. This is obviously a grade up from Season 3, because, you know, Season 3 had no Rarity episodes whatsoever, because they decided to make production for Equestria Girls. But of course, with that said, the episode is, of course, really, really done. I haven't seen a great Rarity episode since Season 2. And obviously, this is one of the finest. The song that's in the episode, I forget the title, I personally think it's a good one. I still like that Danny Elfman-like song, Stop the Bats. It's still my favorite song of Season 4, but though I would place it somewhere in number 2 if I was to do a top 5 list of my favorite songs of Season 4, or even, heck, a top 10 list. So, again, so that's it for Rarity Takes Manhattan, and of course I wish to apologize for having this, you know, rushed out a lot. I've been busy. Of course, I've been working on the review. I've been working on a lot of things, trying to keep this account alive as much as I can. I'm trying to make sure that this works out perfectly fine. Really hope you guys had yourselves a great winter break, and yeah, here's for next week's episode being a whole lot of fun. Unless Tommy Oliver or Digiblony tries to basically get us down what their opinions are on this episode, since they've been doing for the past few couple of episodes. So anyways, I'm the Ferb Guy, and I'll see you next time.